Coach Bill Conley, extremely exceptional recruiter for the Ohio State Buckeyes in the day. What do you think, Bill? You think it's going to be that SEC, Alabama, LSU deal at the top and the Buckeyes at 3, or do you think we got a shot at moving up a little bit?
Well, it's always like playing every game on SEC territory. They'll find a way to find an edge. So I would expect that we should be at least 2, like Matt's saying, but who would know?
Yeah.
I mean, the rules change every time. They make it fit the puzzle they want.
Well, it's it is basically producing a television program because they want the best 4 teams to draw the most eyeballs and get the most butts in seats. I get it, but I mean, it's really hard to argue with the body of work to this point the Buckeyes have put out there. And honestly, you got the bye week last week, then you got Maryland and Rutgers. It's going to be pretty hard to convince anybody anything different until we get to Penn State, right?
Exactly. That's the one that's going to be the game changer there. And, a back-to-back game against Michigan after that. So we're going to have 2 toughies in a row. But we'll earn our spot. We just keep dominating teams like we have. They got to have us in one of the top 2 spots when it's all over.
Bill, from a coaching standpoint, when you enter a game, and they're 44-point favorites over Maryland this week, and we know they're going to be at least that on the road at Rutgers the following week. So how do you make sure that this team over these next 2 weeks does not lose an edge? Are you creating things? Are you I keep thinking of Maryland last year. It was 52-51. Ohio State won in overtime. You try to, we give up 51 points in that. Are you creating things to motivate them? How do you make sure this team keeps on the upward track that it has been?
Oh, exactly right. That's exactly what you pick. Every good play they've had all year, and you show them. And they've had it for big plays over 50 yards. That's some teams, a lot of teams haven't done. And they have some runners that can break in the open, and they've done a good job there. But, man, you just got to keep everything going the same. You keep practicing the same. You keep keeping the same routine, and you don't let the guys relax. As a matter of fact, I always found this as a coach, you guys, is that as you coach against teams coming up that aren't as good, you actually coach maybe a little harder to maintain their mental awareness and things like that. You practice against trick plays, which you don't see a lot of trick plays, but anything to keep them on their toes out there.
I appreciate that, but I'm thinking, because we got to keep these guys healthy too, Bill. If we get a healthy lead by halftime or so, they're going to pull the A's, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, but the thing is we don't miss a beat when we put the B's in and the C's. So the depth has been the biggest. The 2 things about this team is different than any other Ohio State team I've ever seen is the depth at every position except quarterback. And second of all, how well the second, third team plays when they do get in. They don't give up points, they'll give up yards. And so that's preparing those guys when they get their starting role.
Where is the line, Bill, in terms of what Joel's saying, if Ohio State gets a lead in terms of pulling starters? I think about, for example, Chase Young has been on this incredible roll all season long, and you don't want to get him hurt. At the same time, he's in line and being talked about for major awards, even the Heisman.
Yeah, you want to pad those numbers.
Justin Fields, you've got J.K. Dobbins with statistics. Are people in the coach's ears, hey, maybe you leave J.K. in for another series, he's close to 150 yards. Does that stuff get talked about? Do you think about that, or is it all about we got this one secured? I don't care what the numbers are. You guys are out.
Yeah, I think you need to get at least a good 2.5 quarters out of your starters. And if it's anywhere close, play them for 3, but I don't think it will be. But yes, you're right. We always had somebody upstairs in the box that would tell us, somebody's getting close to 100 yards, somebody's getting ready to break a record. So I think you do let those guys achieve their goals without going crazy, without taking a chance of getting hurt late in the game when you don't need it.
Yeah, well, I tell you what
comes first.
Right, well, that quarterback position, that's the one you got to focus on when it comes to the injuries. Yeah. So, Bill, great stuff. We'll listen for more through the week. That's Bill Conley, Matt McCoy, talking Buckeyes on News Radio 610 WTBN.